Hey everybody, it's Mark again. I'm back from the auction. In a previous video I showed you a Schmeckenbecher clock that I was going to go to the auction, try to buy. End up selling for more than what I was wanting to pay for it, so I let it go. I have enough clocks, I don't need them all. But anyway, I want to work on this Schmeckenbecher cuckoo quail clock. So we're going to take it apart and fix it. As always, you start by taking the hands off, and you'll want to have a container to put all your parts in. This got a top nut, and then it's got another nut. It's got a square hand on it, a square minute hand, and then the round hour hand. You want to release the birds, and being this cuckoo quail clock, you want to release both the cuckoo and the quail. I just recently cut my fingernails, so I need to get something to grab a hold of that wire. I cut my fingernails really short. There's the cuckoo and now the quail. Bend the wires at a 90 degrees, and then you'll be able to get them out of the steeple that they're in. And there's the quail released. Close the doors. This clock is going to need some bellow work, but I also need to take off the chains. In order to get the movement out. Take off these hooks that the weight stays on. And that chain got stuck. And this chain I think somebody put it together wrong. There we go. That hook is off. And that chain is out. And that chain is stuck. I also have to take out the bellows because I have to repair all three bellows. And there might be another wire in my box, but I'm missing one of the bellow lift wires. This particular clock, the cuckoo bellows are on one side, and the quail bellow is by itself on the other side. Most cuckoo quail clocks, the high note bellow is on the same side as the quail bellow, which would be this side over here. Now I have to undo the 4 screws to get the movement out. And you will notice that my screwdrivers are magnetic, and that way I can grab a hold of parts easier. And I mentioned in other videos, if you're working on pocket watches, you don't want magnetic tools, because the tool will cause the parts to become magnetic, and your pocket watch will not run if the parts are magnetic. And I should be able to take the movement out now. And I'm going to go ahead and take these rings for the end of the chain off also, because I have to anyway to put the clock back in. But because my chains are stuck in the movement, I'm taking the chains out of the case, and I can set the case to the side. And now I need to get these chains out of this movement and untangle them from everything they're tangled in. Chains can be a pain in the butt. There's one out of my way. Get my eyes on so I can see what's going on. And there's the other one out of my way. Now, I want to do a function test on this. As you can see, the bird is coming out, but then he's going right back in And I think part of it is because it might be because the movement isn't timed right, meaning the cam isn't in the right position. And it also could mean that the wire, the spring that puts this thing into place has came undone. I think in this particular case, there's a spring right here, and I think it is supposed to go on top of this lever, which will push it down, and currently it's in the bottom of that lever. So if I was to put it on top of that lever, is what I'm trying to do, hopefully without breaking it. And if I do break it, oh, big deal, I've got plenty of wire, I'll make another spring. See, now that lever is pushed down, so now when I trip the bird, it's working properly, except for the cuckoo is not coming back in where it needs to come back in, and that's got to do with this spring here, which pushes the cuckoo back in, and it's kind of weak. So if I was to redo this spring, now he's coming in most of the time. So I have to redo this spring right here to make the cuckoo come in. This spring is kind of weak. So I'm going to do the same thing on the quail side. I'm going to test it out. And you always want to check your ratchet wheels to make sure that you're pushing the wheel in the right direction. I'm going to try to do them both at the same time now to get the quail to function, and then I'm turning the great wheel on the cuckoo and get him to function. And so this clock will cuckoo on both the hour and on the half hour. A lot of the older cuckoo quail clocks only cuckoo on the top of the hour. But as you can see, hopefully you can see, this movement is extremely dirty and it needs to come apart and get cleaned. This lever here is what trips the quail, and it gets tripped by the 4 pins on the minute hand, the minute wheel, or actually the part of the hour tube. But I want to see if the tripping method happens directly on where the hand is, which it does. It tripped exactly on about 15 minutes past the hour. And if it doesn't, that just means that you need to bend this wire here to get it to trip exactly where you want to trip it. Also, as you notice, when I turn the heads around, they're not dropping. So that means the compression washer that is underneath this minute wheel with minute pinion is doing its job. But in order to take this apart, I have to take this pin off. Of the minute wheel with minute pinion. And my tool's magnetic. The washer that holds the hour tube on. And now I can take the minute tube off. And there's those 4 pins that I was talking about that trips every 15 minutes. Because it's a cuckoo quail clock. And here's that compression washer that I was talking about. So now, I don't want to damage the pendulum leader wire, so I'm going to take it off. I want to make sure this is nice and straight. And again, hopefully you could see that. Right here is where it says Schmeckenbecher. And I told you in a previous video that these birds got articulated wings, but they don't. They're plastic wings. Sorry, plastic birds. And now I am marking the posts so I know where to put the birds back. I'm just taking my screwdriver and scratching the post. Because I assumed that they were in the right position when I took the movement out. And now you can see 2 little scratch marks on these bird posts. That way I can put them back in the same spot. I'm just looking at the movement, just studying it a little bit, even though, and here where it shows DRGM, this is like a patent information for Germany, and that was done back in the 50s. I'm taking the birch and crutch assembly or trying to out before I take the movement apart. This little post here, I gotta take this one off too. Do you have to do this? No. But I don't want to damage the virgin crutch assembly. And these things are supposed to come out easier than what they are. This one don't want to come out, so I'm putting the screw back in. I got the virgin crutch assembly out. I accomplished my task. Now I'm going to take these 4 nuts off and take the movement all the way apart. I'm going to go ahead and take the count wheel off also. This is count wheel. This is what activates the cuckoo. The rack and snail system replaced this system. And in accordance with the message I got from the NAWCC, by the 1950s, all German makers had quit using the count wheel system and gone to the rack and snail system. So now, to take these posts off, these nuts. And if you're careful, you can take these off and try to get a picture but in this case the this pinion gear is going to stop us from getting a good picture. But kind of show you how they go back together anyway. These 2 gears didn't want to come out. But the quail side main gear goes here. The cuckoo side main gear goes here. This is the time side, main gear for the time side. The second wheel, escape wheel being the third wheel. Main gear for the time side. Then you have the going for the quail side, main gear, and then the gear with the cam on it, the third wheel warning pin, and then the fly. On the cuckoo side, main gear, wheel with the cam on it, third wheel warning pin, then the fly. And then you also have this lever right here, which on this particular movement is screwed down into it. And so it's the wheel, it's the lever that, and it don't want to unscrew, so I'm not going to take it out. But it's the lever that trips the cuckoo and goes into the count wheel. This tab right here goes into the count wheel, and it rests on the count wheel as the count wheel is turning. So anyway, I'm going to put these parts in my parts cleaner, and the next video will show you this movement back together, because I have to do some bellow work on every one of the bellows, and I have a video out there on how to do bellow work. And so and like I said, I have to get the cuckoo side spring to work. So I have to adjust the spring to get it to work. And on the quail side, you can see that the spring is coming from underneath this screw, going over the top of this lever, and then going into the eye hook. On the cuckoo side, the spring is not going over the top of this movement, and so once I get it to go over the top of that lever, it should work better. But that's going to take some playing around. I hope y'all are liking this video. Please hit the subscribe button, and be looking forward to the next video. And may God bless each and every one of you.